there he is, Mr. Boston, with some coffee and a Krispy Kreme hat.
Hot water.
Hot water. Okay. Um, and a T-shirt with, is that Bella on there? Who's the
That's
T-shirt?
Bella.
Oh, that is Bella. All right, I knew Bella. She was great. Look at her. Look at the face, the tongue out. I have a question about the hat first. So, I mean, who doesn't like Krispy Kreme donuts? We all do. But is that something that you have partaked in? Do you have the locations there?
They have one at Mohegan where they actually make the donuts right there.
Oh God, the little
Right,
red
old
sign.
school donuts
The old
made right
school.
there. So I
Nice.
support them.
Nice. But
Actually, they closed. We had a snowstorm the other day, and I stayed over there because I thought I was going to lose power. And
right.
they closed the lounge at 10:30 when they said they would stay open until 11:30. So we hadn't eaten. So my buddy went and got some donuts, which I had one, which is unusual for me.
What was it? A hot one? Was it still?
It
warm?
was fresh. It was made.
Oh God, it's so sick. Like
it was good.
Melt in your mouth.
I'm not really a donut guy. I'm not. I try to watch what I eat.
Yeah, of course. No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, Mr. Fitness.
How about your? You guys get hit with some snow?
Yeah, we got bombed here. My town actually broke the record in Connecticut.
But you were okay going. You were out.
Yeah, they had power. We didn't lose power, and
they actually snow plowed pretty good. They're pretty good job doing the streets.
Not as good as they should because they don't hire the right people because it's all government.
Do the casinos government. Have their own people, Alan, that just go out there?
Yeah. Casinos have their own.
They have their own trucks out there ready to plow.
Yeah, of course they do a better job.
Yeah,
they actually want to do a good job.
Yeah.
Whereas our government just wants to see how much money they can scrape and get kicked back to their own pockets.
No warming up in the bullpen or anything. Boom. I love it. Alan, Johnny Vegas, who I actually know, he asked a question, and I said, you know what? I don't think Alan has any, but maybe back in the day, he might have. So let's ask the question. What is the most money Alan has lost in Las Vegas? Well, I'm sorry, gambling in 24 hours. But let's use the casinos. Were you big, even in your dice playing days? Did you have those nights losing 10, 20 grand in a night?
Well, I bought in for 10, so losing 10 was easy.
Right.
Just a matter how many 10s I bought in for. Okay. I think I cut it off at like 30.
You had a $30,000 losing night back then?
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Let's see. We're at MGM, Stratosphere. Probably less than 30 years ago.
Okay. So 25 years ago.
25,
That's like losing 100,000 today. That's a giant loss.
I'm a big winner at dice.
Yeah, you actually said that you're up playing dice the other day. That's why I wanted to bring the subject up. You actually said lifetime you've made some scores at dice.
I crushed it. So my buddy Oscar brought me to play dice, and I handed him 2,000, and I'd never played before, so I don't know what's going on. And he just kept pressing, like, do we ever get any money back? And then he screamed at me. So we're trying to win some fucking money. What's wrong with you? Okay. And then of course, we lost it, but it was fun. I said, well, let's do this at the end of basketball season. So we said, okay, we'll go every day till we lose. Well, 2 weeks later, we had our first losing day, including a couple day-night doubleheaders. So yeah, we absolutely crushed it. Which reminds me, someone asked if I had ever met a celebrity. I actually played dice with Rodney Dangerfield and his wife one night.
Oh, wow.
Right. It was actually the most I won at a dice table when he was there. He was smoking a cigarette and bet $10, and my bet was up to $5,000 now, which was the limit. My roommate was rolling the dice, and after he rolled another winner, I looked over and I said, I don't know. Some people want to do stand-up comedy to earn a living. And he chuckled, and his wife whispered to me, he's never laughed before at anything. So
wow,
that was my I got Rodney Dangerfield to laugh.
Oh, cool. Where was that at? Was that the Desert Inn?
It was at the one way in the end there across from Tropicana, MGM.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay.
I don't know what it's
Um,
called now, but that's what it was.
yeah, and you had these dice these dice scores in your life, but yet you don't play dice anymore at all. You stick to playing machines or something.
Yeah.
You don't table games. You don't
If I
really
ever
mess
had
with.
money, if I have money again, I'll definitely play dice.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean,
And,
I can't
and
match it. I played so big there. It was. I got to the limit at the Desert Inn twice. The limit at the Desert Inn was 10,000 with 100,000 behind.
wow,
Yeah, I was rolling, and I was rolling one time. I needed a 10.
wow,
I needed a 10 for 210,000.
Jesus,
100,000 odds is 200,000 and a 10 on the
200.
line.
Wow,
And I rolled a 9, an 11, a 12, an 11. So it was, of
all
course,
around it.
I didn't hit it, but boy, if I rolled for another 10 minutes there, I would have won $1 million. No
Jesus. Well,
exaggeration.
we're just getting paid 200,000 on the odds
Well,
there.
yeah,
That's
but
one shot.
I bet continuous comebacks. I had all the come. I had a 6,000 with 60,000 on the 9.
I guess
And
that would be my question. So you played the mathematical way. You didn't place bets, like you didn't buy the 4 and 10. You did
no, I
come
just
bets,
bet comebacks
come bets,
continuous. Yeah,
continuous come bets to the number.
just
And
press till you get to the limit. It's the only way you can
yeah,
win.
yep. And you said uh, that you did that after basketball season. You said how you said that you told, was it Howie? Who was it?
Oscar.
Oscar. You
Yeah.
told Oscar you have to do this after basketball season,
Well, yeah, I
and
can't go through basketball. It's too much work.
that's one of the questions. All right, that was one of our questions, Alan. They wanted to know, what are you going to do now here after basketball season? What's your plans this year? Every year it's probably different. What is your plans, gambling wise or traveling wise, after basketball season?
Well, I'll be in Vegas for a couple of weeks, March 16th on.
Yep. Oh,
Well, just
speaking of which, Jay gave me the time. So just to let anyone know here, we're going to be filming March 17th, 10 a.m., St. Patrick's Day, 10 a.m.
10
at the
a.m.
Westgate.
I get in
Yeah.
at midnight the night before.
Oh, you
Jesus.
do? Is that too
Yeah.
early? We could do 11. We could do
Yeah,
11.
probably should try 11, man.
All right. 11 a.m. 11 a.m. St. Patrick's Day on the 17th is when we're going to film. 11 a.m. We'll make it 11 a.m. on the 17th. Yeah, we usually do it 10, but that's only my Wednesday show. So you're right. And it's no problem anyway. We'll adjust things for you, Alan. You're getting in at midnight. By the time you get to
Yeah,
bed,
midnight
you'll
by the time I
want
get
to.
to bed and I'll be
Yeah, yeah,
jet
yeah.
lagged. Like, I hope, I don't
You'll
sleep, so
be,
I'll probably get up
and
early. But
if you can even sleep, you maybe the old dice table, maybe take a
no, no,
visit. No, no late night visits to the dice table. Okay.
no, no, no,
S-
no.
So let's do 11 a.m. Tuesday the 17th at Westgate. Everyone's welcome to come. The meet and greet will be probably after, so like at noon, but we'll do a show there. You're welcome to watch us do the show live. All right. So, what do you plan to do though after March Madness? What do you plan on, or do you not live life like that? Do you just take it as it comes and
I have
whatever happens
absolutely
happens?
no fucking idea what I'm going to do. My plan is to work on some poker. A friend sent me a video, which I think I mentioned on about this World Cash Game Championship, and I watched these guys analyze hands, and it had a lot of ideas that I always thought were proper, but I've never really worked on playing poker. But they were very smart and very interesting, and I might watch a lot of their videos and try to maybe try to play poker. I can't stand it, so I probably won't last long, and I'll probably just end up threatening somebody in the game. But
So
yeah,
does that
I want to visit some friends in Texas,
right?
uh, and there's a WinStar casino that has 12,000 slot machines in Oklahoma. I wouldn't mind checking that out. But that's, we'll take my mother away to Newport in July, and that's my plans. I have no idea. I wing
Okay.
it. I might bet tennis. I might play poker. I don't know.
Brian Kaplan, you said ask Alan if he's coming out. Yes, that's true. We gave you the dates when he's coming out. May I be? Yeah, invite anyone you want, Brian. Brian said, "Can I invite a guest or two to have at the meet and greet?" Yeah, bring anyone you want. Absolutely, Brian. Thank
Yeah, the
you.
more the merrier, right?
Yep. Alan, have you done anything? This is Alex Gordon. Uh, I'm going to say no, but do you know anything at all about basketball bets on Kalshi or Poly Market? since they take less vig. Would you recommend using it? Even I don't have it yet. I probably should. Do you know anything about it, Alan?
Yeah, I know it's becoming more relevant, and I know people offer typically better prices on there for varying amounts of money, and you actually could probably predict which way the market's headed by what's offered on there. If just a bit of advice, like if someone's offering minus 150 on a game where the money line's mostly 155, you can, and there's very little offers at plus 145. You could probably bet that the line's going down. That's just but I do nothing on there. No, I'm not really involved. I'm not involved with betting. Like, I'll make a I'll make a little bet on my own once in a while. But
at nighttime, right? You said.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just run out. If I have time, I'll run out and make a round robin parlay. But it's just fun and games.
Thank you all for your fantastic comments and your likes, your subscribes, your comments are great. There's more comments on there than questions on the YouTube, but I do get back to them, and thank you very much for them. Alan has his shirt on with his Great Dane. There was one guy there, Michael Berquist. I know you told me you got emotional thinking about it when you were answering it, but he said, thanks for the great show. I went back and watched the best of it with your Great Dane. It resonates. And then he said, what do you think of Coach Willard in Villanova? That was the question he asked.
I like him quite a bit, actually. His dad was amazing. Ralph was amazing. He was very, very innovative and worked miracles at Holy Cross. Didn't work miracles at Pitt, but he did well at Western Kentucky too. Kevin Willard's done a terrific job. This is not a very talented team. His point guard, who's fantastic, I think was just a 3-star recruit. They don't, for whatever reason, there's not a lot of money in that basketball program for NIL. I don't know why. It's been one of the elite programs in basketball for a very long time, and even back in the 80s with scumbag Rolly Massimino when they beat Georgetown in 85, I think it was. They've always had relevance, and then under Jay Wright, they reached the top of the heap. They didn't make a good hire after Jay Wright. It seemed like a good hire, but it didn't work out. But now they got Willard, and I mean, he's doing a home run job. I think he's beating what I projected their rating by. I've upgraded them 7.5 points this year. So I didn't think they'd be any good at all. But and that's usually the coach. My guesses aren't that bad. And he did a terrific job at Maryland last year too. That was not the greatest of teams, but he got them to a very, very high level. So I think he's very good, and I love his bluntness in press conferences. He's comes across as a complete asshole, but I kind of like that. So I think it's more honesty than assholeness, but he could be a bit much. Oh shit! 1 second. Oh.
Go ahead. I would guarantee that's our steak.
Well, yeah, it's not done yet. It's got to rest, but
I was just going to ask you if it burnt because you said
I probably overcooked it, but it's a little thicker.
Oh, okay. What is the cut of steak? Same thing? Ribeye?
Sirloin.
Sirloin, okay. And you'd like it like a Pittsburgh medium, something like that, or like
the way
charred?
It comes out, like yeah. I'm not a chef. I just order the broiler and hope.
Right.
I do salt, pepper, broil, hope.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I can't tie shoes. I can't do shit. I can think of.
Someone asked now, Alan, that we're a month away, less than a month away. What do you think about the top teams in basketball right now? Are they still the same 3 or 4, or does someone improve?
I have Florida up there now.
Okay.
In fact, I bet some Florida to win the whole thing.
What odds?
I think 16-1.
Okay.
No bargain, but
yeah,
I wouldn't take less than 15-1 because you're still gonna have to beat both Michigan and Duke, and they're not going to be a 1 seed Florida, so they may have to beat like a Houston along the way too. So it's no bargain, but I think they have the. I mean, they won it last year. They have a lot of the players back. not a lot, but they have enough back from last year that'll help them, I think, in tight moments in the tournament. And both their guards, who were kind of, Xavier Lee is one of their guards. He came from Princeton. So you know your point guard is an Ivy Leaguer. It doesn't usually portend to a one seed, but he has gotten very, very comfortable in their system. He went from a Princeton offense to Todd Golden. It's not quite the same, but he's finally adapted and he's gotten used to the athleticism where, you know, he's facing Ivy Leaguers, not elite athletes, but now he's in the SEC, and he's improved a ton. He was a projected, I think, second round draft pick even at Princeton. I don't see it, but their improved guard play has elevated them, and the coach is terrific. And they have several big men, which is what you need. You need rim protection, and they got lots, and they just wear teams down with their girth up front and their ability to substitute. And yeah, I think that although I think I have them a 1 point dog to Michigan and picked with Duke, I still think that they're the team to beat.
Okay. You're probably not going to find.
They're the ones
you got good odds though. You're probably not going to find. I just looked circa 10-1. So most places are about 10-1. I looked at 3 different places.
I mean, like I said, if you can't bet no, then you're not going to get a fair price anyway. So.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of like my team. And Texas Tech, my sneaky team, they lost their best player, so they're dead in the water. They lost they lost their home run player. They're already shorthanded, so they're fucked.
Okay.
Game, they would have been a good sleeper.
Everyone's about 4-1. Looks. I mean, the big team. Like I see Duke and
Can you lay 6-1?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. How can you bet someone?
Who cares if you can't lay 6-1? Even if they made it 4-1, 6-1, which is robbing you. You know, I'd lay 6-1. Those teams don't win. I'd lay 6-1. Duke doesn't win. I'd lay 6-1. Michigan doesn't win.
All right. Alan, someone knows about a 3-man weave, and they want to know about. I don't know who the person is. Jim would love to hear this. Would love to hear from the young man Jim on 3-man weave. To talk about his learning time from Alan. This is Mikey that asked the question. Did you take him under your wing, or he helped you out because he was a computer guy? How did that work when you were working with them guys?
The guy I was working with hired them to help me read. I read he referred me to their previews, which are amazing. They're very knowledgeable with an old school soul in their write-ups. And so we got a hold of them, and they agreed to it. And you know, we just winging it. I didn't know how to tell them what to ask for. I tried, and eventually it was basically just me. You know, I like to teach, so eventually I just try to teach them my approach, which I don't think Jim really appreciated. If I'm being honest, I think he probably wouldn't say much positive about me, and I have no fucking idea why. Like, I didn't have to teach them anything. They were hired to read write-ups and help me with injuries and stuff, which they can. But I
are they better?
I don't understand. I don't understand. Matt of the 3 would. I still talk to him on occasion, but you know, I think he's just being nice. I'm not so sure he's a fan either. But I don't know what I did. Like, I don't know what more I could have done. The guy I was working with, after 2 weeks, we won so much money in 2 weeks that he got like stiffed by everybody, and he didn't continue. And now I'm on my own, and I got to figure out how to, you know, I hooked up with somebody and we did it together, and I still kept the kids on because I promised that they'd be hired for the year. And I paid them some amount of money that was more than they were worth. And I don't know. So I had no idea what Jim would say, nor do I really give a shit. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. No, I heard of them, but I don't really know them. You know,
I don't know them either.
Successful or anything.
I know he's on decent because I suggested to Gil that he has these kids on because they're very good. They're much more likable than I am, and they know more about basketball than I do. They don't know more about handicapping than I do, but you know, I told them, here's my here's everything I know, and use it in your own way. And that's what you should always do. You shouldn't just try to copy anyone. We've talked about that. Mogi, want steak?
Okay. All right. Next question from Ron Lou Bet. Love the show. Alan's a throwback. Great guest. He went to West End Pool Hall. Oh, and that's in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Back in the 80s and 90s. The 90s is when I went. He saw all the top players: Alan Hopkins, Steve Mizarek, Tony Robles, and on and on and on. And he asked Alan, "Do you?" And I think yes is the answer. Alan, any experience in the billiard halls or the billiard worlds? You knew a good pool player. I remember that was our connection with our buddy in Myrtle Beach there. I think you knew of a pool player, right? That was your buddy. Okay, Alan got his drink.
I was friendly with Larry Lascotti, who was a straight pool champion and a complete lunatic. So, yeah, I backed him sometimes, and I love the pool hall vibe. I wish I was around for Johnson City. I wish someone would. I wish there was some. I heard there might be a documentary on it actually, but I wish there was someone around to tell Johnson City stories, or there was a book about Johnson City stories. That's where all the pool players went once a year to basically just gamble for a couple weeks at a time. I don't know a lot about it, but I heard it was just epic. Yeah, the whole pool hall scene was very intriguing to me. The con and the making of games and hiding how good you are, and
right.
I love the atmosphere. Yeah. It suits my blue collar upbringing.
How did you meet him? Like in a pool hall up there? Or
I met him via a racetrack friend.
Oh, okay.
And I started playing pool in my 40s. Not very well, but okay. Anything you're gonna be good at, you gotta start when you're young. But I love pool. I love it. Larry and I almost got killed in Old Orchard Beach, Maine, because he hustled a guy at a bar in 9-ball.
Right.
8-ball, not 9-ball. Right. He missed a simple shot on the 8, but he struck the guy behind his ball when he had no shot.
Right.
And the guy knew right then and there, like, even though he missed the shot, he had nothing, and he started screaming it, about being conned. And anyway,
yeah, right then and there. Yeah.
Yeah, and Old Orchard Beach is kind of it's a honky tonk town, to say it nice. So it's a lot of sleazy bars and a lot of drinking. And this guy was probably someone you didn't want to fuck with, but anyway, we won our $10 or whatever it was, and he didn't kill us, so that was good.
It's funny. I wasn't going to read the question below it, but since you got the steak out, Fade B Powers. Every time I tune in, I want to know when the steak is going to be done and if it's overcooked. Love the show. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's overcooked. It is overcooked.
Today I knew it was. It's amazing that I would get that question would be the one underneath there, but I can guarantee you it's not too overcooked for Mogi. So
nope.
Next guy, Caden Murtaugh. Love the show, guys. I hope I can count on these through the summer to get through it. I got a few questions if you don't mind. I'm young and want to make my first trip to Vegas. What are some sportsbook casinos that I need to go to? Well, I think we could both answer that.
You can answer better than me. You live there. I wouldn't go.
I mean, if you're going to
I wouldn't go there for anything, for any reason. It's an absolute shit.
Westgate is a great sports book. Circa, just to see the two meccas there. Great sport. You want to go to a classy sports book? The Win. Wow, the Win is just all class. Amazingly, I was betting some baseball futures, and I was going around to all the different casinos, and people will be shocked to know that the highest bets on season wins was not the Westgate, was not Circa. It was easily the Win. The Circa and Westgate were taking like $2,000, and I walked into the Win, and they said, "Bill, how much do you want? Regular season wins?" I said, well, "How much you take?" He said, "Just what would you want?" I said, "We could take 5,000, 10,000. Yeah, fine, we'll take it." So they were taking 5 times more than the big books in town. I was pretty shocked. So
Is that Doug Castaneda was there?
yes, Doug.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's a good kid.
Good.
Yeah. His roots are right. He was with well, I don't know if he was with Scotty or not.
You know, I don't know.
Scotty.
They just filmed a short on Doug, about a 7 or 8 minute short on YouTube. I'm going to put that on my Twitter for people to know. I'll have that on my Twitter next week. It was really good. And it's about them taking bets and how different it is at the win. It's so much harder to take a bet at the win than working a book with so many different outs. Like the win, he has to take someone that's coming in from the Baccarat game that wants to bet 500,000 at 10 minutes to 10 on a Sunday. He's got to take it because the guy stuck $2.5 million or $1 million. So, but that's going to make or break his book for the day. But he's got to take it. So it's interesting.
Yeah, but his bosses know that. So
his bosses know that. Yeah,
you can still get buyback if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I guess so. But with like under the gun, I think it would be real tough to.
Yeah, it would be, but it's still doable.
Yeah. So anyway, I would go to those sports books, those three, Caden, and then you asked about restaurants as well. You said restaurants. I would also like to go to places that will more likely send me comp rooms once a year. You know what? You're not going to believe it. Even though they threw me out for winning, I want to tell you something. If you give a play to Caesars seems to now this is off of table play or slot play. They seem to be a little more looser around comps. But even the local joints, I'll tell you right now, Westgate, you give Westgate a play, they're going to send you offers in the mail. So you'd be surprised.
The Palms offered me quite a bit for not much play. Yeah.
Yeah, the Palm. There you go. That's good. See, the Palms. I didn't think of that. The Palms is a standalone property, and they're owned by the billion-dollar group in California, an Indian tribe. I don't know if it's San Manuel, but they're owned by a big Indian tribe in California. I'm sorry if I got the name wrong. So yeah, play a little bit on tables. If you're looking to do that, having some fun, I don't want to give them any edge at all on anything. So unless I know I'm getting something back. You said what things are to avoid first time out. Well, I think you want to play, if you are playing tables, play a slow moving game compared to a fast moving game. I like when the players are in charge of a crap table more than the dealers and floor people. You feel just a little more in command, and you can let your gambling dollars stretch longer, and maybe even make it look like you're a bigger player than you are. Always ask for your. I'll give you a hint. Always ask for what they have you down. Your buy-in, your win-loss, your average bet. Ask them the average bet. It's such an intimidating question when you ask a floor person that they revert to saying, what do you think it should be, Mr. K? Like, I swear, they just don't want no arguments. They want to do their 8 hours and go home. They want to give you what you think's fair. Sometimes they're not watching. They're cross-firing. They're talking. They'll ask the dealer sometimes. So I say always ask what your rating is. When you ask what your rating is, it automatically goes up. Also, Blackjack, he's asking. A lot of questions for a young kid. Good man. I actually don't know. It's all 8-deck auto shuffler where I am with no surrender. The 8-deck here is going to probably have surrender, but make sure you don't play on the floor where it's 6-5 blackjack. I could just tell you that. The win took away all the 6-5
blackjack under any circumstances. You cannot win. You can't win anyway, but you really have no chance there.
Yeah, the win just pulled unbelievably. Probably the only strip property that pulled their 6-5 blackjacks off the floor, but they're going to have a higher minimum, though. You're going to play $50 or something like that. So.
Fucking insane.
This is a female asked us a question here. Linda Bernard.
Jeez, I would take my shirt off. We can get the female audience, maybe.
Yeah, Linda Bernard. You never know. She may look worse than some of the men. I'm joking, Linda. I'm just saying, like the way Alan said it. Linda. All right. Scooter's brother. Oh, look at this. I say Linda Bernard. That's the name. But yet he says Scooter's brother Ed here. So it's canceled Linda. She's gone. Scooter's brother Ed here. I don't know who that is. What does Alan think of in-game betting trying to middle if he bets a game -3 and they get off to a hot start? Maybe it goes to -8 or 10. Should you bet the other side for half the money? But it might be the juice too high. What does Alan think? I don't think Alan bets.
That's a very good question. Alan doesn't believe in hedging or middling. Alan believes in betting what he likes and what he likes only. So if I lay 1 in a game and I have it 3 and the game goes to 4, I'm not hedging. But if the game goes to 5, since I made it 3, well, I like +5. So I would probably get off some of my bet because I like the
Okay.
game. I have it 3 and now it's 5. It's 2 points different. So I'd probably take +5 back for something. As far as the in-game stuff, if I lay 3 and now it's 8 and I still think they're going to win by 20, I'd lay 8 for more. There's nothing to do with the only time you should worry about hedging is when, when maybe you desperately need money. You make some future bet that you're getting 100 to 1 on and you have a chance to earn on that 100 to 1 and you're like broke, then you do it. But other than that, I just bet what I like. And if it means just piling on the same team at worse prices, if I like it, I would do it. But very good question. Yeah. Just not me personally. I mean, people who are sensible, like Brother Ed and Scooter. His brother would definitely hedge. But his brother also has a lot of money, $10 at a time. He's been grinding his whole life and very successfully, but that's just not my style.
Okay.
So just a personal no, I wouldn't, but it doesn't mean I'm right.
Okay. We're going to go to a different. We're going to sway away from sports here for a minute.
Good.
Yeah, Crack. I think I said, yeah, Crack. Who's the guy in the red hat behind you? I told you, that's Sinatra there. Yeah, I think I answered that on the previous show. But there, no problem. That's Frank. My wife found that at a garage sale. That's the other photo is, again, I don't know the name of one of the singers from Kiss. My wife there. She likes the stronger heavy metal. Matter of fact, they announced a big band coming here. I say big band. It's the #1 selling merchandise band of all time. Every member of the band's worth like 400 million. I can't think. Metallica's coming to the Sphere. I have zero interest in seeing that, but I know, of course, she will. They just announced a residency. Okay, so now this was the going away from the sports. Hope this is a good question. This comes from Jamie Z. Hope this is a good question for Alan. What moves and changes would Alan make today if you had $1 million cash? Well, I don't know if you'd be doing the basketball. Like, would you be doing the basketball yourself, betting it, or would you just like have $1 million and just
If I had
know
a
that
million,
yeah, the rest of your
I
life,
could,
can you
I
live on
could,
$1 million?
I could put that off pretty quickly. I
should have known.
don't know. Again, I had no plans to do this year. I was just asked. I was asked in October, and sure, why not? The day-to-day living, as I talked about, can be something I enjoy. The day-to-day struggle is very, very enjoyable to me. It'll get weary. It'll get weary after a while. But if I had $1 million, I'd probably travel around to
wow,
different casinos.
Okay.
Checking out poker rooms and slot machines.
Wow.
That's probably what I would do.
Right. So you wouldn't go back
I would
to the
donate
dice
money
table.
to Great Dane Rescues and maybe to that guy who's trying to save the Amazon.
Okay.
But,
so you wouldn't fuck it off then? That's not true. You wouldn't.
Oh, I would fuck it off. I mean, in amongst trying to make money, I would fuck it off.
Right.
When I'm traveling around, I'm not staying at fucking Motel 6, I assure you.
Sure.
So, and if I stay at a casino hotel, it's not going to be some regular room. Like, no, we don't do that. We stay at the Four Seasons. Or we stay at some nice suite. Like, yeah. So that's what I mean by fucking it off. I'd fly first class. I wouldn't fly coach. It's just.
I mentioned that on a show yesterday. I'm so used to staying I was just down at the Hard Rock in Florida last week when we taped the show. I'm so used to staying in, not that they're suites, they're regular rooms, but the Hard Rock, even like here, the Wynn, I'll even use Fontainebleau. My friend stayed at Flamingo. The beds are nice. The casino rooms are nice. The beds are nice. It's very, the things are really nice in the casinos. When you go stay at a hotel or somewhere, or something like a motel, because that's just what it is. It's a boardwalk town, beach town. I'll even use Myrtle Beach as a beach town. The rooms are old, and even though that's everywhere, you can't stay at a Four Seasons in Myrtle Beach. It's it's amazing how much we are conditioned being in the gambling space to casino hotel rooms compared to other ones. Um, Staying off the sports for a minute here, going back to music. This is same person, Jamie Z.
Just as
Would
an
love.
aside, the person I stayed at Resorts World once. It's fantastic. The person who asked about casinos to go to,
Yeah.
I stayed at Resorts World. It's the room was I just had a regular room. It's fantastic.
Wow.
Everything
Yeah.
about the gym was fine. The pool was stupid, but all pools in Vegas are stupid because they're all 3 feet high, so you can't even swim. But it's very, very open. I was impressed with the Resorts World.
Okay, they're the ones that's they're failing so bad. But I heard Resorts World is nice. I really don't go
Beautiful.
there. Yeah.
And they got a million. I only went to a couple restaurants, but they have a vegan restaurant called Crossroads. It's unbelievable. And I heard
Wow.
several of the whole row of restaurants there are all like fantastic. So
Wow.
that's where I would stay.
All right. Staying off the sports for another question. Same person, Jamie Z. Would love to hear who Boston's top 3 music groups are, considering he thinks the Eagles and Journey are bad music. What would be your top 3? I don't even know. I never asked you. What's your top
Procol
3?
Harum is number 1.
Oh wow. They're great.
Probably Deep Purple. And I mean, we're talking rock groups. I'm not talking like Tom Waits is my favorite.
Oh yeah. Sure.
And that's not even close. But good question. A third rock group that I like, probably Yes, which is not what I would have answered many moons ago.
Wow.
Oh no, Genesis, early Genesis. Sorry, early Genesis. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
not the Phil Collins crap.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it.
Selling England by the Pound and yeah.
How about
Selling England by the Pound is an unbelievable album.
We've seen Ian Anderson. I thought he was great.
Yeah,
I thought he was. Yeah, I thought
their music's pretty good too. I mean, they're all really good.
But there's other genres of music that you like. Do you like?
Yes,
you ever listen to jazz or any kind of pop?
I listened to jazz growing up, and I listen to a lot of folk now.
Folk. Okay.
So yeah, I'm all over the place. And I've even been to a girl asked me to take her to see Aaron Lewis.
Stained?
Country. No, I didn't. Yeah, we saw Stained too. I didn't like them.
Right. Okay.
That's not for me. But Aaron Lewis himself was very, very good.
Wow.
His country stuff is very good.
You have some great shows over there. We talked about the Wolf Den. You got some great music groups that pass through. Not even the big ones for the arenas. It's the other ones too. You got some really good music there that comes through town. Memphis B ask, what is it? Well, this is easy for us. But however, I like your question. Let's ask it. What is a better breakfast spot in Vegas? Norman's Diner, or Peppermill? Well, of course, I had Norman's this morning. But
it's not even close.
I haven't been to the Peppermill.
I didn't like it.
Years.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it in its heyday. So
yeah,
it's a place you should visit because it's legendary. But
it's a legendary place. Yeah.
But Norm he makes his own sauce, for Christ's sake. Yeah, he makes his own batters. He tries to do it right. He's a legit chef.
So, yeah, he is. He is very, very legit. Now, when you come out here, do you have any place in mind at all where you say, "Oh, I got to go back there and eat"? Like when you come out here?
The Mama Pot's West African place for sure.
The West African place. Is that on Sahara?
And it's on Charleston and Bellevue.
Charleston. Okay.
And I always go Cuban with my Cuban friend. And I love Ethiopian food, and there's several great Ethiopian restaurants in Vegas, all of which are I've not had a bad meal in any of them. So, and there was that place I mentioned last time, that the dim sum place on Flamingo. Forget the name of it. I don't know if I mentioned it on the show or to you.
Oh, I think you told me about it. You did tell me about it, but I don't think we got the name. But
yeah, I don't even know if it's I don't even know if it'd be on. I don't even know how to search it.
Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll have a show at one point talking about different, maybe some food places after you're here or while you're here. Saldo
Well,
30.
I'd like to go back to that Todd Unique Eats tour. That was very, very good.
Oh yeah, that's in Henderson, right? You said
Yeah, that was very good.
Todd's Unique Eats. You told me that was good. What did you have there? What was so special there? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Okay.
They got lamb.
Okay.
It was just they had an interesting menu. They had interesting takes on everything. It wasn't the usual boring.
Sure. Saldo 30 asks, question for both of you guys. A few years ago, Billy Walters was on Joe Rogan, told the story of his big Super Bowl bet on New Orleans over Indianapolis. He says his line was 7 points off from the books. Any insight on how this line in such a how this line was such in a high profile game? How could it have been off so much? I actually don't know. I didn't know.
I don't know either. I don't think it's possible, actually.
Yeah, 7 points seems like a lot off of an NFL side. Never mind.
Yeah, the last game of the year, you think?
Last game of the year, which is
unless they had some real
highly efficient
model that everything just fell right for one side. I don't. That seems a bit much. It's called Palette Tea Lounge and Dim Sum.
Oh, okay, you found it.
Palette Tea Lounge and Dim Sum. Yeah, really cool place.
So someone answered the question. Someone answered that question too. He said probably because huge money was bet by the public and moved the line. Maybe BW line was a few points difference that than the opener, and the public bet opposition side.
Except the public doesn't move lines, so that's not good.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't. The public might move a Super Bowl half a point, maybe. It's always the real money that moves lines.
This guy asked this question twice, I believe. So let's just see if we can get an answer for him. His name is Jerks Tickets. All right, Jerks Tickets. You guys got a great show here. Love listening to the stories, bringing back the good old days, Vegas from the 80s to 2000s. Crack, can you ask Alan if he knew a Bob from Detroit from hanging around in the sports books in Vegas? I don't know. Bob from Detroit. No. Okay. Sometimes people want to know, like they heard about a certain person or. Speaking of which,
no, I knew the only person from Detroit I knew was Jackie Salem.
Okay, that name sounds familiar. Yeah,
he was a Salem family. I think is pretty relevant.
Okay, Painus, Painus.
And the gentleman wanted to know about my favorite dog breeds, and obviously Great Dane is.
That was him. We talked about. He asked the question too.
Yeah, so but he asked about the top 4 dog breeds.
Right.
I didn't get to that. So Great Dane is number 1, and Great Dane is number 2, and number 3 and number 4.
Growing up when you were a kid, did you
maybe a Mastiff?
That's what I wanted.
But Great Danes and Mastiffs are the same family. I'd only have big dogs. I can't. I mean, this is not my dog. I just watch her, and she's a sweetie, but it's not for me. I need a big dog.
Painus asked Painus. Alan, who wins the NCAA national title spot in your expert opinion? All the best. Well, Florida. Alan just gave you what he thought. It's 10-1 though. You can't bet it now. Situation.
No, and 16-1 is really just gambling. It's really no bargain. Like I said, they're going to have to probably, winners pick them 3 times. It's already 7-1, and maybe even a small dog. But basically pick up 3 times at 7-1, and then they have to win, 4 of the games, I think. So, yeah, it's no bargain. But I do think that they have I do think they have the best chance. I don't think Arizona's it. I think they'll crash. I mentioned that. Although they played great winning in Houston. I think Houston's just a half a notch below these other teams, and they're very young, and they could add. They got a little worn out the other day. That's why they lost in Kansas. That was the scheduling was too tough on them. Michigan for sure. I mean, this guy got Florida Atlantic to the Final Four, and now he's got a way more talented team. And what they did out in that Vegas tournament where they beat Gonzaga by 40 and San Diego State by 40. And I think it might have been Auburn by 40. I don't know. They beat 3 teams in a row by 40 points. It was just crazy, including Gonzaga. They had Gonzaga down like 100 right away. If they played at that level, no one's going to beat them. But, Duke just beat them on a neutral, so they're very beatable. Although I thought Michigan might have been the better team that game. The referee was a little iffy, and I wasn't involved, so I was pretty objective when I watched it. Yeah, I think Florida wins.
This is Michael Barry.
But there's a lot of good teams. Like it's a lot.
Michael Barry. I like this is more of a more than a question. It's just a comment. Hi, Bill and Alan. Please don't let. Well, actually, he said hi, Bill and Alan. Then he said Alan again. Alan, comma. Please don't let any
I'm quite
negative
important.
comments. Yeah, please don't let any negative comments get to you. There's no question that both you and Bill have built successful track records as sports bettors with overall winning results. Anyone choosing to focus on negativity is free to look elsewhere, whether that means calling a gambling helpline or following one of the so many called experts out there. Those who understand long-term performance know the value you both provide. Mike, that's very nice of you, Mike. Thank you. It's before we came on air. I was saying about I like to block and move. So I'll block if someone's. I'm open to constructive criticism, and believe it or not, Alan is too. We're open to constructively to think about some things, but just don't come right after us and say something like stupid because you just it's real simple. We're not going to respond. We're going to block you. You're not going to be able to see anything in the future because we don't want to hear your negativity. I
I
mean, I
tend
think.
not to read comments, so I don't worry about them. And if someone don't like me, I'm used to it, so I don't give a fuck. And when they call me stupid, I just challenge them to an IQ test and bet whatever you want, and we'll see who stupid is.
Right. And
Seems like a reasonable way to prove who's stupider.
Yeah, no, it is. So that's just some interesting, Alan, I've been getting texts from Foxwoods, random texts. It's like a group text. Maybe it's individual to me though. You think they're hurting for some business? I never got one in my life. I got like five in the last month saying, "Hey, we got this bingo's going on. This is going on." I
This
just
is
don't
after
really.
they cut your comps down. They want you back.
Yeah, they cut comps down, but my host is very good to me when I go there. I'll tell you, the host is
You
great.
have the best host. You have a host
Yeah,
who bends a little bit.
yeah, he's great. I'll go there
He's got a
and
little
and
more
they'll
leeway than other hosts.
they take care of me there. I just don't go anymore because of DraftKings. I did a show on VSiN and I talked about a policy they had. Like I would talk about good and bad all the time, and the policy was them canceling bets if they think that you know more than them on a certain thing on a prop. And I just talked about it, and then they threw me out. Speaking of what, they didn't throw me out. They said right after my VSiN show, they called the host and said, "Listen, you got to tell this guy $250 maximum bet." So I haven't been back because of that. But Alan,
That's
I've
weird
never
because
took.
Foxwoods DraftKings just rents space for Foxwoods. I don't really think they had much interacting like that. So,
Well,
but
it's
maybe
it's
that's how they
it's
get a hold of you.
it's Foxwoods employees that run DraftKings. It's not DraftKings employees. So it's actually people that work for Foxwoods. Very unusual. Yeah, it's actually they work for Foxwoods, not DraftKings. So it's and if they have questions, they pick up the phone and they call the DraftKings office and they approve bets or don't approve. I had that done 20, 30 times. They would call
I
Krackomberger
had
and
no
they go,
idea.
yeah, how much we're giving them. Yeah, it's Foxwoods employees. Now, I remember this, I think, Stations Casino. Didn't Stations Casino,
Yeah.
I know me, they had a problem with me and I bet a ticket and they asked me for the ticket back 15 minutes after the line moved. And they said, you're not allowed to
That's
bet here if you
illegal.
don't give us. Didn't that happen to you though on a future? Like you were going outside the door and they asked you for a ticket back at Stations?
I bet
Like 40
it's
to
funny
1.
how it worked out. I bet St. Louis at 200 to 1.
Okay.
I forget what they were giving me on the bet. And then as I walked away from the Indian window, they said, would you please give us that ticket back? We can't give you that much. And I could have told them to go fuck themselves. But I said, here, take it. And I don't want anything. I just said, I want nothing. And the good news, I ended up getting 320 to 1 on St. Louis
Wow.
at a different locale. Yeah.
Okay. I knew something
That
happened
was the
with
year
you
they were
years
like a
ago.
3 seed, too. Yeah, that was the year I robbed it. I had Miami like at an average of 120 to 1. They were a 1 seed with an easy draw. Yeah, I had some really good stuff that year. But it's
Yep.
very difficult, unless you catch a team early that you think has a big upside. It's really, really tricky. Like I think we have an Illinois ticket, and they definitely could win the whole thing.
We do. I
Yeah,
bet
they
Illinois.
definitely could win the whole thing.
I think I have
Unfortunately,
a
I don't think Louisville can. I think they're just a little out athleted.
I believe I have them at 20 some to 1, 20.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, I do have it though. I think I bet it at MGM.
Anyway,
Alan, let's
so yeah,
finish with this.
that did happen to me, but I've always gotten along great at Red Rock. They never gave me that's the only time they were out of line, and they're out of line. You do not have to give them the ticket back. They have to honor it. Once the ticket's in your hands, that's the law. The bet counts.
Alan,
but like I said, they asked nicely, and what do I care? It's a fucking future bet. Like,
let's finish with a tipping question. Because it was asked of me, and Alan is a tipper. Alan
over tips. Alan's not a good one.
Alan over tips. Yeah, Alan.
My dad drove cab, and when I was young, he said if someone does their job, tip them. Yeah, that's how they're earning a living. And my dad drove cab for a living. So when I was a paper boy and someone gave me 10 cents, or someone gave me 25 cents, even better, I was in hog heaven. Like it meant a lot. So. And plus, tipping can lead to good things, especially Old Vegas, where tipping is all that mattered. If I wanted the best booth at a show, you had to tip something. If I wanted the best table in a restaurant, you had to tip something. Or if you wanted to get a restaurant that was sold out, sure, Mr. Boston. Right. Like Alorio at the Sterling Brunch one day when I was there with my mother and sister and a friend. And we walked up, and I gave Alorio I think I gave him $20 every time I saw him. And the line's out the door. And like 10 minutes later, he said, Mr. Boston, your table's ready. And the guy starts going crazy in the line. He said, you're waiting all night. And Alorio, without even batting an eye, I said, please, sir, Mr. Boston's been waiting for over an hour. Of course, I was there about 10 minutes. But he had me convinced I was there an hour. But that was their job. Like, that was, I was his regular. I was there every week, and he'd make sure I got taken care of. But the tipping every week didn't hurt.
Yeah. So this
you gotta give up something to get something sometimes.
This person asked about slot machines and refers it to Alan. Last time, by the way, his name is Tippy Z. Just coincidental. Last time you hit a slot jackpot, what was your tip? How much was it? And what was your tip? Did you ever hit any hand pays this year yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you. If let's say you hit a hand pay for $2,500, that's what the basis of this is, but you're stuck $1,500, so you net win $1,000. Does it matter?
No.
Okay.
I tip $20 every time, unless it's real big, then I tip more.
Sure. Okay.
I've noticed most of the regulars don't tip that much, which is disturbing.
Yep. How about if you break?
What? It's $20. Who gives a fuck? Like, I just want a couple thousand.
That you can answer my question. If you broke even, if you
doesn't matter. Here's $20. They came, they do their job, they handed the money, and
so Alan, don't you think the casino should just pay them more?
Of course.
Like
if that's protocol, then I don't mind.
Okay.
It's good to give. It's good to give money. I feel good giving money, even if I don't have it. It's just a good feeling. Like, these people are so cheap. I just don't understand them. But we're all human. We all have flaws, and we all have different approaches to things. But
yes, a lot of people do not.
The point of having money is you give it to your friends and family, and
that's right.
Great game rescues.
I'm with you.
That's the whole point.
That. That's great. That's a great way to finish.
Or you can be Bill Gates and then lie to everybody so you can make more.
I think he was, by the way,
how's he doing?
Actually known as a cheap tipper in Vegas here. Yeah, he plays poker and with a hat.
I told you that story.
Yeah, right.
He gave the waitress $1 and asked for 50 cents back.
Oh God, it's
so
hard to believe. No.
I knew the cocktail waitress. She wasn't lying.
Yeah. No, I knew another story about him too. Yeah,
that's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oof. What would you tip if you were Bill Gates? You're a billionaire.
Right.
You're playing $2 and $4 limit hold, and you order a bottle of water or something.
Yeah.
What would you tip?
Bill Gates.
What do you think you tip? What do you think you would? I'm asking you. This is Boston's question to crack.
You can't go by me. I'm over tipper too.
What would you tip? You ordered a bottle.
A minimum green chip. Make her feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe 100. I would tip 100.
Yeah, 100. I said, if you're Bill Gates,
but I would tip 100.
Right.
I would tip 100 every time I want a hand. I don't care if it's two. I don't know if I tip 100 every time I win a hand, but I would tip the cocktail waitress 100 because you don't want to make the people at the table uncomfortable.
Right.
So I might throw the dealer 100 when he's done or something. But I mean, you're worth billions. What the fuck difference does it make?
Yep.
You could share in a very noble way. Like, someone's working hard to earn a living and 50 cents. Can you imagine?
No. All right, Mr. Boston. We'll talk to you next week. And
Oh, done.
thank you guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week.